People of Earth, how are you? Welcome everyone, it's 2023, a whole new year. And on this whole new episode of DOD45, we will be joined by Illogic.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? Stop what you're doing and listen.
DOD45.
This is the DOD45 Show, drawing over discussions 45 minutes with a special guest. Welcome. I'm your host and resident artist, Tai of Art by Tai, and with my co-host, Adrienne Taeoalii, we're having conversations with people who I admire and am inspired by. On this episode, I'll set a 45-minute timer, put my pen to the paper, and we'll learn about our guest through an interview-style discussion. So stay right here with us to experience some laughs and maybe even learn a thing or two.
DOD45.
Hello, and welcome to Easy's Playhouse. Welcome again. Hello. Adrienne, are you taking a nap?
Is that how you talk to me? Welcome to Easy's Playhouse.
Yeah.
I was just waiting.
Before we started, before I even go to that, our guest today is, he's making a return. He's joining us again. Last time we talked to him was during the pandemic, maybe? Or whatever. Well, our guest is Illogic.
Yeah. I notice avoiding hip-hop, my job's to fill the emptiness. You work on getting famous, I'm inches from infamous, cause I write like a kamikaze lives life. Detonate cockpits where I spit tongue lashing, I'm crashing mic seat. Uncommon beauty is commonly overlooked, so for that reason I kept walking past my crown. That's why I love living life in circles, cause I seem to find things that I missed the first time around.
So that's really good. I'm happy that he's going to be coming back. We're going to be talking about his new album, his recent album. I guess it's a month or two old. Called The Transition. So that'll be nice. Before we went on air, on our way back from your dad's house, you said that. I guess when this comes out, it is New Year. It's 2023. But you were saying we're gonna lock the door and get in the pajamas and do nothing and hide out. How long should we do that for?
I'm speechless. I don't know. That's what Missouri's for. But
To go with, yeah. It's not that you just don't like anybody. It's been a lot of interaction.
I'm tired.
Yeah. And you've been doing a lot of work, like
everything that
for all the
happens
food
is
and-
because I've done it.
Yeah. What do you mean?
I mean, everything that people eat, or the car is loaded to go to the next party, or things have been wrapped, or all the details for every interaction. Did you know that, did you see that report that you don't have to drink 8 glasses of water a day?
I did not see that. I don't believe it.
It is no longer recommended.
Says who?
Them.
Who are them?
So, there you go, Mr. I'll blame all my ailments on not having enough water.
I don't blame elements on it. I just feel like water helps.
They say that the liquids you get in coffee or tea
Are the
adds
same?
to your liquid, even though coffee and tea, caffeine's a...
Aren't they a diuretic or whatever you call it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't believe that. I know when I get sufficient amount of water, I feel better. But I don't know. I only say I don't believe that because they say there's always something new.
I know. Wine is good, wine is
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Eggs are bad, eggs are good.
Yeah. I don't.
Fat is bad, fat is good. I think sugar's always bad.
It
unless
is,
it's
sure.
a fruit.
Yeah, fat is bad.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I know. Saturated fats are bad, though.
I got my cholesterol checked yesterday.
Oh, that's shit. You know what?
oh, that
Dang,
is
That was
shit.
today.
No,
Yeah.
that was yesterday.
Dang. It was,
No, I've been up since 6 cooking for today.
How was the, I I guess I should have asked you that not on there. Yesterday was such a crazy...
If you've ever been a girl going to an annual doctor's appointment, you'll know it's not fun. I hear guys complain all the time.
I don't complain
about prostate exams or having to cough or all this, but I'm telling you.
It's a man's world for sure. I mean, that's what that term is. Like, it's set.
Yeah, I know.
Set up for men to complain.
I'm just saying.
Shoot. But everything was good?
I don't know. I get the tests. Well, they're probably online now, but I don't know. She checked my... Remember how I did the DNA test, the spit test some years ago?
Yeah.
I did have them delete it, my data, when they sold their company. So hopefully they did. But I looked at the raw data, and you know this, but I found that my mother effer gene was mutated, and so I can't process B12. Remember me saying that?
Yeah.
So I use the methylated B12, which is what your body's supposed to do on its own. But mine probably doesn't. Anyway, she's testing to see if I'm absorbing the methylated B12.
Because you want to be?
Well, you need to be.
Right.
So I thought that was cool. She was like, should I check your B12?
Doesn't that end up having something to do with breast cancers?
No.
Oh.
It's something that helps deliver...
it's okay.
Brain
it's
stuff.
All right.
Obviously, it's not working because my brain doesn't work. And then she also was checking my D levels.
DEET levels from all the DEET you use from the mosquitoes.
Yeah, she's checking my vitamin D levels, which I thought, I'm like, I hope I kill that one. I'm outside a lot, but that's also a bad thing, right? But your vitamin D is usually lower when you're in the winter.
Yeah.
And I don't drink orange juice all day, so.
Does that milk have the vitamin D? Is that what?
Yeah,
that's
they
what
put
they
it
always
in there.
claimed. That was the big milk propaganda was. Oh, that's right, calcium.
But part of it. Here we go. Sorry.
Go ahead.
You're
I don't have
eyes.
Go ahead. I don't have a whole lot. Usually when we do these intros, just for people that are watching or listening, we're doing them to we're kind of waiting for our guests to come online.
Do you know that we have like 1.7 billion pounds of cheese in reserve in our country?
That sounds yummy. Actually, that does not. I am so stuffed.
It just bothers me because we have so many homeless people and people who need fat calories.
Do you suppose that they have that on reserve in case there's some major national or worldwide shortage like there was with fuel? Or
no?
Then why do they have it?
I think, if I remember correctly, during World War I or II, they subsidized the dairy farmers. And then I think England stopped selling was allowed to then sell their dairy to maybe a place had the market, like Asia or somewhere. And so then we weren't selling as much. And so the government bought our dairy and the story net, but then those subsidies never went away. And so now we have like just excess. Now that's why it's in everything here. They've powdered it down, made that funky American cheese. The government. Oh. No, I'm not a crazy conspiracy theorist.
I'm not saying that. I was just wondering who's
Guess
they?
where
Who's
the
in charge
cheese
of
is
the
stored?
cheese? Behind Mount Rushmore.
In the Show Me State.
Show me Kansas?
Missouri. Yeah. And caves. In those lime caves.
So there's a reason they're holding on to it for something.
I think it's all subsidies.
I feel tired. No, not tired.
I'm trying to access
your brain?
That's been offline for a long time. And I'm trying to access my my chart thing to see if I have vitamin D.
Usually, again, for people that are watching or listening, usually in this portion, I jotted down something I was going to mention or, as a topic.
You don't have any topics?
I got nothing. I got something. Here's a quote. You want a quote?
Yeah. Why don't you quiz me?
Face for the radio and voice for a pen pal. That's a lyric from Jawar Glass. Do you guys know who Jawar Glass is? Do you?
How many do you see of me?
Do you know who Jawar Glass is?
He sounds like a designer. Dwar?
Jawar.
Jor?
Jawar.
I know who DeJoe is. DeJoe.
I better not run it on too much longer. He's our guest today.
Oh. Do you know who DeJoe is? Or Joe?
I know who Diplo is. No, I actually don't. Is Diplo
Diplo's a type
guy
of
or
Lego.
a girl?
I think Diplo's a type of Lego.
I know, but isn't Diplo like a rapper or someone or someone in pop
American
music
DJ.
right now?
I thought it was a Lego. But
Oh, you know what? When I was watching the last episode with our friend Dusk Raps, aka Ryan Warwood. If you want to go back and watch that, my favorite TV show of all time is the show called Taskmaster.
yeah.
You know that. The U.S. tried to do a version of it with Reggie Watts as the Taskmaster. Do you know who Reggie Watts is?
No.
He's the big guy. He got a big old afro. He's James Corden's music guy. He makes all kinds of real cool music with his mouth, and he's a great musician.
He's like
and
Razel.
No, he's more of a. He was like the beginning of, you know how like now every festival we go to, someone's doing the like where they'll do four bars of like a sound and record it with their the foot pedal and then it plays and then they go
looper?
then the looper, and then they'll play like a guitar strum, blah blah blah, and then they'll loop that and then they make this whole like orchestra of great music. Mm-hmm. Reggie was like one of the first people doing that. He makes really cool music, and he was on that episode. Remember we were watching that show and the guy said he was 65? I don't remember his name. I know everybody knows him.
The Soul has watched that Erykah Badu episode with
It's
that guy.
so great.
Like 15
So
times.
that's who the other guy is on there. Reggie Watts,
Oh.
Erykah
The white
Badu,
guy?
and no, the black guy.
Oh, yeah.
That's Reggie Watts. Anyway, what was my point? Holy shit! Where was I? How did I start this? Taskmaster. Oh my gosh! I totally got sidetracked there. Holy shit! I'm so lost.
Well, I'm still looking
Hold
for
on.
my chart on my...
So-
I can't find it. Doesn't matter.
Oh my god! I am so lost. So
Taskmaster.
Taskmaster is my favorite show.
Mm-hmm.
And but how did I start this?
I don't know.
I was gonna say something.
You can't wait to watch the end of year Boxing Day.
That's not Taskmaster though.
Right.
That's
it's not.
no, the big fat quiz of the year. Shit, I can't believe this just happened to me. I completely got lost going down the Reggie. Is his name even Reggie Watts? Boy, am I having a mental breakdown.
Yeah, Reggie Watts.
Yeah. Okay, so I was saying something about what though? Why I even brought up Taskmaster? Oh, it was something to do with when I was thinking about Dusk Rap's show.
And he
His
said that your
episode.
favorite TV show, blah.
Oh my god.
You have to go back
This
and
must be
watch
fun for everybody.
We'll just fast forward over it. Don't put it on there.
No, it's good for people to see me lose my mind. Well, it was something that I was watching, and I realized, holy shit, it's completely blank. It's completely blank. That's scary. It's
Maybe you need some B12.
Maybe I do. Where would I be getting my B12 from?
I don't know. Well, you eat meat.
Oh.
So you should be able to be getting it. But
Is it in fish?
it's a fungus. I think it's a mold that grows on plants. But since we're so clean, we wash all of our plants before we eat them. We wash it off.
Oh, that's
So
right. I remember that.
The cows and all the things they eat not clean
Yeah.
stuff, and then that gets into their body, and then you get it from them.
Oh boy.
It's gonna be a good one.
I can't believe how blank, just completely blank, my head just went. That has not happened to me in a long time. I know when I'm having a conversation and I'm talking to someone, I'll, get a little bit lost, but I completely just went to zero. Apropos, because, well, I'll bring that up during the episode. Because in my drawing, I'm drawing at something that has to do with memory loss.
Like a
I don't want to mention it because I want to bring it up later.
A blank book.
Oh shit, man! I really wish my Taskmaster thing was headed somewhere though.
I'm double fisting today.
Alex Horn. Oh, I got it. It came back. Okay, so this guy Alex Horn, he's the one that produces the Taskmaster, and he pretends like he's the sidekick of the Taskmaster. He comes up with these really incredible tasks, and then like there's these really like hidden little things in it. And sometimes on an episode, those little hidden things that he came up with aren't even acknowledged, and so they just go away. So they're like these great ideas that he had that was gonna, if someone would have like, sometimes like there will be a message underneath the table in a task that someone's doing, you know. But if no one ever saw it, then we never hear about it. But sometimes they'll go back and say, oh, look, here's a little hidden something here. Or thematically on an episode, he comes up with these weird things. Holy shit, this is a long way to it. But on the Dusk episode, I've been wanting to tell Dusk about it. I was going to message him because no one else would know. But now I'm mentioning it. Some people are going to know. In the episode, all my Sophie's Choice questions were to do with... So his Dusk Rap's real name is Ryan Warwood.
Okay.
So my Sophie's Choice questions were the obvious one, Ryan. But you don't find a lot of Warwoods. So my other Sophie's Choice questions were best war movie for Warwood, best war
I thought you
song.
just gave up.
No. And then there were Woody Harrelson, Elijah Wood. Those were all because of... but those are little things that only I know until this moment that I could share with you people. So, and you. Whenever all of my, not all of them, but a good portion of my Sophie's Choice questions are specific to our guest. For the most part. Sometimes I'm kind of blank. So today may not be the case, but you'll just have to find out.
Well, I found out about the cheese.
Okay.
This article from the Deseret News, oddly, from 2022, says, why does the government have 1.4 billion pounds of cheese in a cave in Missouri?
Why?
Well, it started in the 1970s during former President Jimmy Carter's era and his promise of giving farmers a break.
Oh, see?
He started buying as much cheese, so subsidies. Much cheese as people wanted to sell. And farmers were producing too much of it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Skimming. But
Skim milk.
But why keep it? Get rid of it. That's nasty. Get rid of that stinky cheese.
Cheese doesn't get old, does it? If they keep it in the caves?
Well, just give it to the homeless people.
Is the homeless
situation we used to get government.
People?
We used to get government. I used to stand in line with my grandma for
government
that big
cheese.
Old block of cheese.
Oh shit! Is that what that is?
And that big old number 10 can of peanut butter.
It's all coming to me now.
But I think we can give out more cheese. That's all I'm saying.
More Chiba. Do you know that band or that group? More Chiba?
No.
More Chiba. It's like is it like trance music?
Sounds like stoner music.
I'm having a moment.
Well, you better get it together.
I think what's happening to me is I'm with all these discussions with new ideas and new things that my brain's getting. I've always said that I want to have more knowledge and I seek more knowledge, but maybe it's getting a little crowded. No, I'm tired. The holidays are a lot, I think. Don't you?
I mean, it's just a different kind of busy. Usually I'm busy in the garden and getting ready for shows, and it's just a different kind of busy.
I seem to get more exhausted from conversation than from like actual labor work. Like when I was building the gallery, like I can go morning till night. I mean, not just morning till night, but like first thing in the morning and then all night long. But for some reason, I can't.
I don't know. I think we're boring people. We should probably take a break.
Are we?
I think so. This has got to be boring.
We're on the trip to nowhere. I'm tired. Nothing. Nothing new. No new experiences.
Whatever. We went to a hockey game last night.
Oh, I can talk about that. No.
Although my voice hurts.
Yeah, I thought maybe we could talk. Oh, maybe
you
that's
know what
what's
you
going
really
on.
wanted to do at the hockey game?
What?
Explain to me the rules.
I wanted to explain to somebody.
Oh my God. I'm like, you said, do you want to know how hockey works? And I said, no. And you go, okay. So they see that blue line. Like,
I know, but
I don't want to know. I
makes
understand. You hit the thing and it goes in the thing.
no, but it makes
That's how
the
it works.
experience. It
No.
makes the experience. I feel
Yeah.
a lot of people don't like watching hockey because they don't understand the rules. There's not many rules.
I don't need rules to understand a game.
Yeah, but sometimes you want to be like, well, why the hell? Why are they doing that? Or why?
Not me.
Yeah, maybe not you.
But boy,
I wanted to explain this.
did it make your day when your nieces were like,
really
now
did.
what? Now what does this mean?
Yeah, that's exciting.
Now what's this? You're
Yeah.
like, oh, I should switch you spots.
It's not just for me. I think that's the case for a lot of people in the world. When there's something that you know about, you want to be able to share that with people. I think that's probably for everybody, but I don't know.
Wait, did you say Illogic's name is
Jawar Glass.
Jahar?
Jawar.
Why doesn't it go by that? That's cool.
He does.
Jahar.
Would you stop saying that?
Well, I'm reading it. Jahar.
I think I'm almost 100% sure it's Jawar.
I see Jahar. And I think
Yeah,
that's
because it's
pretty
spelled
cool.
Jaw. Jah. Har. Yeah, but you know, like what do you see when you look at our last name?
What do I see? Vowels. Can I buy a? Can I buy?
I hope I'm not. I hope I'm not saying that wrong. I know. I've never like had a discussion with him where I would say his name. I've
Jahar
always-
is a city.
I've always just seen it as Jawar Glass, not Jahar.
Wow, it's a city in.
Well, you know what's crazy? It's not crazy, but if you go to Spotify and you search just that name, Jawar or Jawar, there's a guy that makes music. I don't know where he's from. Where's that city from?
I think it's an Arabic nation. I'm
It
trying
seems
to
like an
look.
Arabic thing.
It's got Arabic writing, but I can't tell.
But on Spotify, this guy's got it's like not in English, but it's I don't know. I was kind of jamming earlier today. I was kind of jamming one of his songs. I don't know.
that's
It was
cool.
kind of cool. Like
Where in the world is?
Carmen San Diego.
Wow, it's like I've never heard of these. Oh,
Is it,
it's off the coast of India, north of Mumbai.
yeah, it seems like it's an Arabic
But
name.
I don't know if it's part of India.
And I think that the guy I was watching, like one of how Spotify has plays a little video along with the music when you watch it on your phone or listen to it on your phone. He was wearing kind of like I don't know what you call the clothing, but it's like it's like kind of baggy white, that white kind of
those
baggy
robes.
look. Yeah, kind of like a robe, and then and some sandals. But the beat was I don't know.
You liked it?
I kind of did, but I do like pretty much everything, which is crazy.
No, you don't.
But I hate a lot of things. But I'm not. You know how when Howard Stern they play the
You hate
I
so
hate
much. Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I find that if you were to play back anything that I said, I mostly like everything.
You just don't like. You hate the word hate.
I really dislike that word.
Jawhar looks pretty. They have this cool emerald
What
green.
are you saying?
What?
Jawhar?
I just do this when I read, okay? I just make things up. Jawhar.
I mean, it is spelled like it would say that, but I don't think it's pronounced that way.
How to... pronounce pro.
I guess I'll just ask him.
No.
Why?
He's probably going to be so irritated watching this. Okay, listen.
Why would anyone be irritated?
Is brought to you by pronouncenames.com.
Oh, what are we doing? Free ads? Jawahar. But that's with the...
Whoa, hold on. Why is that doing that?
Oh, because you
What did I do?
you turned on the speaker.
Here.
Hello?
Now.
That's what it was. Oh, your speaker was playing back the sound here. Jawhar. No, how does he do it? Well, that was
I
like
can't
the
hear it now.
Arabic. That was like the Arabic
It was Indian.
enunciation. Well, whatever. Yeah, pardon. I don't know what you would say, but the way he was enunciating it was like with an accent.
Jawhar is I think what he
Yeah. See, and I think
Jah. Oh, he was saying J-A, Jah, and then W-H. Hua. And then har.
Yeah.
Or,
Okay. Well, and then I mean, and that he's here, so that doesn't even matter. I mean, listen, I'm not pronouncing names is difficult. Like, look at my last name. Look at our last name. Spell that out, and know that I empathize with anyone's name because people I've known my entire life still can't pronounce my last name, and I would never expect them to be able to. I don't care. I know that when you see my last name, it's like, what the hell?
Well, if he was named after this place, it's beautiful.
Well, who knows? Should I ask him?
Probably not, but
Do you want me to ask him?
no.
Okay, then I won't.
Okay, we'll take
All right,
it.
we'll be right back after these messages.
DOD45.
Hot sauce.
We're real thrilled to have partnered with Hob Sauce for 3 simple reasons. Their hot sauce is delicious, the owner and creator David is a solid dude, and they collaborate with dope artists for their labels, including myself. Boom. Amplify your favorite foods with their award-winning flavors. Head over to hobsauces.com to get yourself some absolutely delicious artisan hot sauce. Hit it, Bobby.
Have sauce, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Put it on your food.
Hot sauce.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the world. My name is Tony, and I have a podcast, too. I know what you're saying. I already know. Okay, but I have a podcast, too. Just like you, just like your grandma, just like your grandma's neighbor. We all have podcasts, except mine is different. I'm different. I was born different. The Speaker Face podcast is fun. It will teach you probably nothing. You cannot smell it, and you definitely can taste it. Speaker Face podcast by me, AWOL1, and I talk to my friends. I talk to musicians, artists, all kinds of creative people, all kinds of human beings. I do like little songs and little freestyles and skits. And so after you're done listening to DOD45 with my man Tai, which is a very, 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 very interesting podcast that you should religiously watch and listen to, after you're done, check out speakerface.store for the Speaker Face podcast. And you could also listen to it wherever other podcasts are podcasting. You know what I'm saying? So check it out, Speaker Face podcast. Your life will be better. I don't promise.
Speaker Face Podcast.
Check out our new partners, Brim of the World, a.k.a. Seek, Conquer, and Destroy, a.k.a. Aliens Built Earth, I'm always wearing their gear, especially the hats, and in almost every episode of the DOD45, you'll see me rocking something from these cats, because I'm a fan. Show them some love and treat yourself right to a new wardrobe or some new headgear, and I'm not talking about braces headgear, I'm talking about hats. Check out all their gear and links at brimoftheworld.com. Hey, real quick, my friends, my art is available for purchase at artbytai.com. So if you like what you're seeing or you want to support the DOD45 show, the best way for you to do that is to pick up a print or an original at my website. If you're not quite ready to buy, but you still want to help out, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever else you stream from. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel at Art by Tai and engage in the comments. That goes a long way. All right, enough already. Let's get back to the show.
Listen.
Welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed our sponsors. So we're back now with the man with the plan.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi there.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Fantastic. You look well. How are the holidays treating you?
Great. You know, we had all of our family over for Christmas, so that was a lot, but you know.
We were just talking about that in the intro, how tired we are already.
Yeah.
It's exhausting being around. Not like it's a bad thing, but it is just exhausting being around people like for a whole week.
Yes, very much so. Very much so.
Well, we're really happy to have you back with us. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
You're our second guest to make a return. When we were first starting out, we were really kind of just filling it out. So you and Sage Francis are now our return guests, which is great.
Nice. Yeah, see, there's some improvements to the studio in the background there.
Yeah, we may have been in our Missouri studio when we talked to you last.
Oh, that's true. We were in our Missouri studio, but we didn't really have anything kind of set up. And I think even when we were with you, we didn't even have microphones.
What? I think we
so.
always had mics.
No.
I think you had mics.
Oh,
yeah.
maybe we did. Well, yeah, because I guess with the Sage one, I didn't have a mic. I know that. Well, it doesn't matter. But it is nice to be back with you. And I guess I just said in the intro I wasn't going to ask, but now I am going to ask. Because we were trying to find out the actual correct enunciation of your first name. Because I was saying Jawar.
That's correct.
And then she went back and played like one of those versions, and he said it with is it an Arabic name or is it a?
It's an Arabic name. Yes.
Yeah, because the way he enunciated it had the like Jahwar, or like.
Yeah.
And I was saying, I think it's just Jawar.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. See, I'm glad I asked. We've had you back in here because we're gonna do some discussion about. I mean, we want to promote the new album coming out, which is The Transition, which is fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you.
There's no. I don't know if I noticed if you were planning to do any vinyl pressings of it, or was that ever?
I haven't announced anything, but I'm looking into details. Vinyl is just so expensive. So, and to pay all that money up front and have to wait for a year to get it, it's kind of a difficult thing. So I'm looking into some alternate vinyl places that I may be able to get it faster, but I would like to press it up on vinyl. Yeah.
Well, I really hope you do it because I've totally gotten into collecting vinyl now, so
it's dangerous.
It is, but I don't know. I like the larger scale of the design. Like, I like it's like having a book.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the difference of owning a book and the whatever you read on
my Kindle. Your
Kindle, yeah. So. Last time we talked to you, I think also so the album before this was Autopilot, right?
Right.
Did you, I think last time we talked to you, you were talking about like producing a whole album, just you doing the production. Was that the case on Autopilot, or was this is the transition the first all you?
No, Autopilot was the first album I produced, all me, and I produced this one as well.
And you're enjoying that experience?
Oh, I love it, man. I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's going to be hard to get me to rap over other people's beats. No, but it's a lot more work, like just, handling everything, handling the mixing and all of that stuff. But, I get to actually have what I want, the outcome is completely my vision. So,
yeah,
it's a give and take situation with that.
And even just listening to the album, I can tell that it's just being conscious of how much work that is for you, because you use the that sample where he's talking about learning how to make beats and that. So it must be but exciting, right? Like a new venture, I guess. Well, but also on Autopilot, that was gonna possibly be your last album. I was really thinking about it in the process of making the record. I thought it could be my last one. I've just gotten I'm really ready to start doing other stuff. It's not like I'll never put out another album or rap again or anything like that. I'm just getting to a point where I've been doing this for 30 years now, and just venturing into other avenues artistically, like production, getting more use out of my cameras and, doing more video and taking more photos and, doing more things artistically, not necessarily rapping, is something that I really am looking forward to. That's part of why I named the album what I did, the transition, because I'm looking to make some transitions in, the way that I approach art and even the way that I approach making music. Autopilot was going to be the last one, but I still had some things to say. And I feel like I still do have some things to say. I think I may have, a few more albums in me, maybe one, maybe two. I don't know. Like full-length albums, but I'll always make music. It's just part of me. I don't think I could get away from it. As you rapping. So is there going to be in this like an influx of where it's now going to come down to like where Illogic is making beats for other people?
I would love for that to be the case.
Okay.
This year is, part of my plan for the new year is to be a little more out there with my production and make that more of a focus and not so much my rapping. Because I'm really known as a rapper. A lot of people don't know me as a producer yet. So I want to kind of, make that I've made the announcement, but I kind of want to make that a prominent thing that people can look to me for.
Does that feel exciting or overwhelming? This like almost, since you have been rapping for, I by the way, I just started the timer, so I'll start drawing. But is that you've been rapping for so long, almost the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the bass, like you almost kind of are like it's so, or on autopilot, kind of.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So is there a level of excitement taking on a new thing that you're not really known for, because you kind of have to go back to kind of ground zero, or is that exciting?
Yeah, it's exciting. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. And, because I've gotten pretty good at making beats. I think I can, there's still a lot of things I want to improve on, because, some of my favorite producers, the things that they make consistently, I want to get to a consistent beat making phase. And I'm going to be doing like some beat challenges, like making a beat a day kind of thing, just kind of getting myself into doing, production more on a consistent basis and making quality consistently. So I want to really push that, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Are you a believer of that mantra, the 10,000 hours?
Yeah, more or less. I just believe that, no matter how long you've been doing something, you can always improve. You can always learn. And I'm a proponent of practice. No matter how long you've been doing it, practice makes perfect. I mean, Beyonce still has a voice coach. LeBron practices more than anybody probably in the league. The best players practice the most as well. So I don't think there's ever a time when you won't learn more about your craft.
Yeah, as long as you're willing.
Sorry, are you going to release your daily beats or whatever on
I'm probably gonna post them on Instagram.
Yeah.
So that'll be a fun thing. Trying to make a video for each beat that I make too. You know, it's gonna be a process, but yeah, I want everybody to go along with me on the journey.
Right.
You know,
And that'll also hold you accountable to do it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what I do with the 1 hour doodles. I do it the holidays have kind of hindered
Taken
that,
over.
but yeah, I'll set a 1 hour timer, like this same timer, and then I'll do a drawing that. Yeah, because it forces you to, sometimes it gets hard to when you get comfortable. Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Let me hit you with some Sophie's Choices questions.
Okay.
What's the better album, Illmatic or Ill Communication?
Illmatic for me. I love both, but Illmatic.
Yeah, I mean, they are totally two different kind of albums, but yeah, I guess Illmatic's probably... Well,
they're different, though. They're totally different.
That's
true.
Yeah,
definitely different.
Yeah.
But if I have to choose, yeah.
Different times of because I think Ill Communication was the 80s and this is 90s.
Right.
No, Illmatic was
90s.
Early.
Yeah, Illmatic was 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Ill Communication was late 80s.
Yeah. Who would you make better music with? Billie Eilish or Billie Holiday?
Oh, I'd probably have more fun making music with Billie Eilish just because of her skills with instruments.
Sure.
But I think the better music that would come out of working with either one of them would be with Billie Holiday.
Yeah, that would be especially nowadays. Like if she was alive, like to be able to do give her even maybe it would even be a little more interesting if she just came out like Encino Man, you know the movie Encino Man where he comes out and he's like it's brand new, but if she just came out and she's like this is all new, I don't know, right. I think that would be you probably could make something really exciting.
Yeah, that would be fun. Her voice is just would just love to sample it and have her sing some hooks and just play around with it. Her voice was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was thinking that same thing. Because it would be so new to her, you might get something a little more interesting sometimes. Well, shit, I don't know. I don't want to say it. I mean, yeah, Billie Eilish is just good. They're, her and her brother are making really interesting stuff. But then do you get pigeonholed into now everything I got to make has to be this interesting stuff?
I mean, I think my career speaks for itself. Everything I make is somewhat interesting, not really the normal straight edge, hip hop even. So I think making music with Billie Eilish would be interesting just because I do enjoy the rhythms and the sounds and the textures that her music has. And I like her voice as well. And I think we would bring interesting things out of each other if we were to work together.
Yeah, she's playful too and open to all sorts of fun.
And I really like that adjective when talking about her music, the textures. Well, I guess that's not an adjective. It's got texture. There's so much texture to it. Yeah, it's cool. What's a better song? The Beatles' Glass Onion or Blondie's Heart of Glass?
Well, I haven't heard Blondie's Heart of Glass.
I think, I think it was called Heart of Glass, but it's the one that goes, na 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 na. That's the Heart of Glass song.
Yeah. Probably that one, because now that I know it just from you humming it.
Yeah, that's true. And I didn't know that was the title of it, but yeah, I mean that song is that's a.
I can't think of the Beatles one. Sing me that
one.
Well, that one I can't sing because it goes in different places, but it's a really cool kind of song, and I'm not even really a Beatles fan, which is blasphemy to some people, but that song's really cool, that Glass Onion song. But yeah, that Blondie song, that one sticks. For sure.
Yeah, definitely.
For you, are you a glass half empty or glass half full?
Glass half full. I try not to dwell on the negative too much. And I think you can always find a silver lining in anything that you're doing. no matter what, if it's good or bad at the time, there's always ways to, see how things could be made better, or, learning from whatever situation you're going through.
Well, that being said, though you try to stay away from like focusing on the negative, do you ever find yourself getting caught up into it? And if you do you have a remedy for like, if you start realizing like, oh shit, I'm really focusing in on the bad?
I used to a lot. I used to focus on the bad a lot, which is why I used to be a glass half empty guy. And I think just growing and living life, has made me understand that life is too short to look at the negative so heavily and allow it to dictate, directions that you go in life, moves that you make in life. So I pretty much don't, everything that I do, I think I kind of see where there could be some positive, not that I don't get pissed off, not that,
right.
Things don't upset me and frustrate me, but at the same time, I don't wallow in that frustration. I don't wallow in that, even if I'm pissing myself off, I don't wallow in that self-pity. I always try to find a way to get out of that, feeling and look towards, tomorrow, because trouble don't last always, as they used to say.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, can't rain all the time.
Right.
What's something that you do only when you're bored?
Watch television.
Oh, yeah. That's mine's YouTube. Yeah, and it sucks.
Yeah, when I'm bored, like there's nothing else to do, I'll turn on television. I also watch television when I want to watch television, but like boredom, that's the first move. Is I wonder what's on TV.
Yeah, nowadays though, that boredom turns into scrolling through every single show on every app and still not finding what you want to watch.
Right.
Do you still have cable TV or?
No.
Channels.
No, I don't have regular channels. I have Hulu Live though. So I can watch sports and everything like that. That's the main reason that, I keep it. And my wife has certain shows that she likes to watch too. But for the most part, I keep it so I can watch my sports because I'm a big basketball and college football fan.
Yeah.
And that you can use like a channel changer, right?
Right.
I don't know any other word for it, but
yeah. TV. Yeah, there is what is the word? Channel.
It's not scrolling. It's not.
Yeah, it's kind of like scrolling.
Yeah.
But you can see what's on and you click it and.
Yeah.
You start it from where it's at, not from the beginning.
Right.
So I had put how about this? What's something that, or what part of elementary school do you wish you could incorporate into adult life?
Well, recess, of course.
Yeah.
Just having that. What was it? Was it a half hour that we had for recess?
Man, I think we got 15, 20.
Really? Well, there was 2 recesses because you had lunch.
Yeah, we had the lunch recess.
Lunch was like an hour in itself, right? And you got to go outside. Or was it like a half hour?
Ours was a half
hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it was a half hour, but still it felt longer when you're a kid. It feels like you're out of class forever. But, recess, if I could take, a half hour, 45-minute time to myself every day and just do whatever I literally want,
Yeah, don't they do that in Europe? Don't they have like mandatory breaks at jobs?
But you work for yourself, right? There's no reason you couldn't.
No, well, I don't work for myself. I do have a day job, but I work at home.
We went over that last time. I can't remember, but yeah.
Yeah, I work from home, though. I'm a business analyst for a financial company.
And that sometimes can be hard, too, if you do, like some people who don't have drive, like working from home probably is pretty difficult.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because there's no one looking over your shoulder, so you don't necessarily have to be on task all the time.
You have to have drive if you're working from home.
I think so. I am a believer of that. What food would you never give up?
Pasta.
Oh, I think I asked you about that.
What's your pasta? What's your go-to pasta?
Well, I don't really have a go-to.
Oh, okay.
I'm an Italian food guy. That's my favorite type of food. So from spaghetti to lasagna to rigatoni to macaroni, any type of pasta would do. I'm good.
Well, you're close enough. What's your feelings on Cincinnati chili?
I haven't had Cincinnati chili in years,
Is
just
that
because
considered pasta though? I mean, it's on spaghetti.
I don't consider it pasta.
I don't consider it food. Not that I've ever had it, but
So I'm drawing this Memento themed piece here. This is the cover of a Memento. It's a great movie.
is that the movie with the Post-its?
Yes, he
Yes.
tattoo stuff
Yes.
on himself and the Post-its and
Yes.
the Polaroid cameras.
Yeah.
But so speaking of Memento, is directed by Christopher Nolan. Which of these two Christopher Nolan movies are more of a mind twist? Tenet or Inception?
I'd say Tenet because honestly, like I've watched it twice and I still don't completely get it.
Me too.
Inception, I've watched it so much that I think I got it, but Tenet, I still have no clue. I got to watch it a couple more times.
Yeah, I've watched it 3 times and I even tried to watch it I went
In
back.
reverse?
And
Yeah.
it's really complex.
Yeah, very complex movie. So I love both though. Like Christopher Nolan is probably one of my favorite writer directors.
Yeah, he's brilliant. Well, so since the star of Memento is Guy, we'll do this one. So Guy Pearce or one of your fellow Columbusans, Guy Fieri. So Guy Pearce or Guy Fieri?
Guy Pearce easily. Guy Fieri gets on my nerves.
But he probably can make a good pasta.
That's true.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he can make a great pasta. I'm sure. Maybe I'll pick him just for the cooking aspect.
Did you watch 1899, the series on Netflix?
No, I haven't seen it. It's in my list though.
Okay,
I haven't seen
that
it.
one threw me, and I know Memento threw me way back when, but this one also threw me. So I would say watch it. I don't know that but watch it.
Well, the thing with Memento though is you can go back if you played it just in, if you put it back into pieces, it actually plays as just a pretty standard revenge movie.
Right. If you put everything in order, you know, quote unquote. And Memento is great because I remember it's weird because back in the day when there was video stores still, I used to go to Hollywood Video. We had a Hollywood Video right around the corner from my house, and they always had an independent movie section. And that's where I got Memento. I would go to their independent section. They would always have like black and white independent films. Real art. When I was in my real artsy phase, all I was watching was independent black and white films with subtitles and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what?
But
it's weird that goes away. I guess it did for me because that's all I watched was these independent, really weird, really bizarre movies. But nowadays, I just want something simple.
right. Let's blow up some cars, blow up a building. You know, superhero movies like that's. But I still like my weird movies.
Yeah.
I still get into, mind-bending movies.
Yeah.
And I've even gone back and watched some that I had never seen, like a 2001 Space Odyssey. I had never seen it. I've only watched it once, and that was a couple weeks ago. So I'm just watching that.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes, very much so, actually.
Yeah, that one takes patience.
And the thing, it's very slow,
Yeah.
But it builds very well. And to think that even the concepts in the movie, were thought of back in the 70s, and this was definitely some cutting edge shit back then. So but I still get into my weird stuff. I like horror movies. I like a lot of weird stuff. My wife likes weirder movies than me.
Does she like horror movies?
She likes horror movies to a point.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't like a lot of demon possession kind of stuff. But, she likes scary, she likes ghosts and things of that nature. But once the devil starts, taking over people, she's like, all right, I'm out.
I think we saw
That's like a Ouija board. I'm like, we can
You don't
we
need to
can
play
like
with
go
the
on
Ouija.
ghost tours and stuff, but we don't need a Ouija board in the house.
Yeah, right.
I think we saw Memento at Sundance.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was awesome. I remember seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I actually did have the question I was going to ask if you liked horror movies or if you got scared from horror movies, but I guess not. Yeah.
There's only one horror movie that I watched since I've been a grown man.
Yeah.
That has actually scared me.
Ooh.
And it was called, what was it called? something with the devil inside, I believe was the name of it.
Not Rob Zombie's. Oh no, that's Devil's Rejects.
No, I think it was The Devil Inside. I think that was the name of it.
Yeah, 2012.
And I don't know if it was because I watched it on a Greyhound bus. But
Might have been the Greyhound that scared you.
yeah, like I don't know if it was that, but watching that was, I've never watched it again. I don't want to watch it again. Like that movie really scared the crap out of me.
No,
that's the only horror. That's the only horror movie since I've been a grown man that has actually freaked me out.
Yeah, I only since I've been a grown man, I think there was one, and I don't even remember what it was. The kids go back to visit. The parents send their kids to go visit with their grandparents.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't even that scary of a movie, but there's a scene where they're underneath the porch, and the grandma is like this creepy. She's like chasing her around under the porch. I got goosebumps. It was the first time I got like scary goosebumps from a movie as an adult.
Yeah,
but yeah, those are good feelings because you don't get those a whole lot. I mean,
right.
Yeah, if you get them, they're like from something very serious that you don't want them. But it's rare you get like a feeling of that. But so staying with the Christopher Nolan thing, well, not necessarily staying with it, but who, since he did Dark Knight, answer this question for us, for everyone out there in the world, who is the best Batman?
Oh, that's hard because there were a few good ones.
Well, then who's the worst?
Who's the worst? Ben Affleck.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Easily the worst. Easily the worst. For me, easily the worst.
Yeah. Did you see the new one with the Twilight guy?
Oh, yes. And I actually enjoyed that.
Yeah,
I actually enjoyed him. Yeah, I actually enjoyed him as Batman. I didn't think I would. Like, I thought he'd be another, another version of Ben Affleck, but he was actually good.
Oh, yeah. I've seen him. He's turned up in some movies where he's really, really, really good. I can't remember one where he's a junkie in it, but he's so good in it. I can't remember what it was. Well, yeah. So who do you say? Who would your top couple?
I'd say Michael Keaton's up there. Yeah. He's probably my favorite. I'd say out of everyone, just because he made the role more fun.
Yeah.
With everyone else, except the early Batmans, but with everyone else after him, it kind of got too serious. Like Batman. I mean, granted, Batman is the Dark Knight, so he's supposed to be dark and mysterious and serious. But as Bruce Wayne, Michael Keaton was a lot more just fun and normal. He seemed a lot more normal.
Yeah, I agree.
As Bruce Wayne, like everyone else seemed all mysterious and weird to an extent. Like he just seemed like a regular dude that happened to be rich and dress up as a bat at night.
Yeah. What about
cosplay?
Yeah. Well, so yeah, then who do you feel like has been the best Joker?
For me, it's a toss up between Joaquin Phoenix and what was his name?
Heath, right?
Yeah, Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
Yeah, his was really good. Have you
toss up between those two?
Yeah, have you seen you're familiar, Tom Waits. Have you seen the interview that Heath Ledger based his Joker character off of?
No.
It's an old British talk show, and Tom Waits was the guest. And if you ever, next time you're on Google or on YouTube, just YouTube Tom Waits, Heath Ledger, and you'll find him, and it's pretty remarkable. Like if you close your eyes, this interview with Tom Waits, it sounds like Batman. It sounds like the Joker. It's pretty awesome.
Interesting.
I have a growing level of popularity throughout the intercontinental United States, Japan, and I travel extensively in Europe as well. Well, I'm also big in Philadelphia. I feel like I'm at my grandmother's.
I know why you choose to have your little group therapy sessions in broad daylight. The Batman.
Yeah, Heath Ledger based his whole demeanor and the way he talked from that interview, that Tom Waits interview.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's really kind of cool. So anyone out there, go check that out. Will you be touring transition at all? I know you're not really doing like touring, but will you be doing more shows with the album or anything?
I would like to. Now that things are, opening back up, have opened back up for the most part. I would like to do some shows, spring, in the spring months, coming year.
Long distance.
Once it gets warm, and wherever people want to see me, I'm not I'm not necessarily trying to actually tour.
Sure.
You know, if some people want to fly me out for a weekend and do a few shows, you know, like I'm down to do things like that. But you know, I'm old, man. Like I'm an old guy. Like I'm not trying to be in a van for, 12 hours driving across the country. I don't think my body and my back can like deal with that anymore.
Well,
so,
do you think you could take actually performing on stage, that is a physical thing. Would you have to maybe, I don't know, get into like performing?
I have to prepare. Like if I'm going on tour, there's practice and getting your body ready for that night in, night out. It's pretty rigorous, performing every night, in another city. And
probably your voice, you have to do some sort of exercise with your voice, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. And drink tea, not a lot of sweet drinks, not a lot of, hot food, as far as, like spicy hot food, things like that, like just to keep your throat from not, acting crazy.
Right.
Well, the last time we talked to you too, you were more on a wine phase. Is that still the phase you're rolling?
To and from. You know, I drink mostly whiskey now, but I still have my wine here and there.
Yeah, I just got into. I've always liked whiskey, but now I'm collecting whiskeys.
Yeah.
I feel like they last forever, so it's a good investment.
Until we have an earthquake.
No, yeah. Oh shit! I better put them in some kind of protecting case. What are some of your favorite desserts that you eat around the holidays?
Sweet potato pie.
You do like
chocolate,
that?
Yeah, chocolate chip cookies, brownies. But I'm not a big sweet guy. Like I don't eat a lot of sweets, even though my wife is basically a pastry chef. She cooks all kind of sweets and cakes and stuff like that. But I don't have a big sweet tooth. I don't eat a lot of sweets. But when I do, I'll tear up some brownie ice cream though.
Oh yeah. Were you like growing up never into sweets? It was just never your thing?
I was when I was younger. I think the fact that I got a lot of cavities when I was younger.
Oh shit.
As I've grown up, it's like, okay, I don't want all those sweets and messing up my teeth. I want to have my teeth as long as possible. So I think that's more of the mindset, but also, I don't know. It just doesn't appeal to me as much as a lot of people.
Yeah, that's good. Like you're lucky.
Yeah. Like even now, like I'll have my times when I really want some candy, like some Jolly Ranchers or Sweet Tarts or, I have those times, but once I get it, I probably won't eat another piece of candy for months.
Oh, Adrienne's jealous.
That's my Achilles heel.
That's her Achilles heel. Sweets.
If I'm like slightly messed in the head, I'm like, okay, candy now, and then
it stops. Yeah, that good for you. That's awesome because those can be bad. Were you a type like when it time came around to go to the dentist? Was that something you hated?
Oh yeah, I still do to this day.
Yeah, me too.
Like even though my teeth are pretty good now, and I just go for a cleaning, every 6 months, but just them picking in my teeth has to be the worst experience. And then the sound of the drill or even the the little toothbrush thing.
Yeah.
It's
When you were a kid, when you went to the dentist, did your dentist have that laughing gas?
I never got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
they
neither.
did. I never got any of that. I wish I did.
Yeah, I hated the dentist always, but my friends, really close friends, they always got laughing gas, so they all loved it. But I didn't.
Never got it.
I never in my life had got laughing gas.
I think the worst part of going to the dentist is our dentist always asks you questions when his hands are in your mouth. And I'm like,
yeah.
How do you answer?
You go, So we added. So there's a few things that we added to the shows that are staples now of the show. So one of them is useless facts. So I'll give you a useless fact. I have two of them for you that maybe you can use in the future. Who knows? Right. But they're specific to Columbus, so you may already know them.
Okay.
But the first one is that it is illegal to fish for whales on Sundays.
Whales.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I know. And technically this means you can go whaling on any other day, but there are no whales in Ohio waters.
Right.
So-
I was just going to say that. But where are there?
Wait, is
are
that
there
a-
whales?
That's a fact. That's still
That's
a law.
a law
It's a
in
law in Ohio,
Ohio?
on the law books. Oh yeah, so they're not Columbus specific, but they are Ohio specific.
Maybe
Yeah,
that
but there's
was
no
for
whales.
I know it's
Columbia.
wild. No. It's definitely because here's another one that's something that's slightly related. It's against the law to make a fish intoxicated, so it's against the law to get a fish drunk.
Wow.
So these are actually things you can. Those are two things that you can actually
Those
find
cops-
on the
those,
law books
lawmakers were
in Ohio.
bored.
Yeah, that's true.
That's great. I wonder who, hey, let's make it against the law to get fish drunk. Like
Yeah.
who actually got a fish drunk
No.
and looked at it and said, that should be against the law.
Well,
I
they-
mean, you would have to have a tub full of beer and then put the fish in it.
Well,
or
and I was
something.
reading
Right.
about it. They I think it had something to do with illegal, like almost it being like illegal fishing techniques.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't
Getting
know.
the fish drunk
but-
so they're
yeah.
not as fast and you
Yeah.
can catch them quicker.
I don't know how you
Yeah.
get a fish drunk though.
I don't-
just pour
I don't
liquor.
either.
That seems like a waste of alcohol.
Yeah, listen,
Very
I
much
don't know.
so.
I didn't make these rules.
Very
Okay,
much.
well, you better talk to your lawmakers out there. Tell them to get rid of these ridiculous laws.
Do you have any New Year's? Do you make New Year's resolutions? Do you do that? Do you have any?
No, I'm not doing any resolutions this year. I'm just making plans.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's it. I'm just making plans for the year. I'm not doing any resolutions because I never seem to keep them.
Yeah.
But I got plans to do a lot of things this year. I want to travel more. Want to get things financially stable back here and get my credit right and just be better.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
be better this year. Travel a lot more.
Do you have a Credit Karma account?
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
I don't know. I love to go look at mine.
Yeah. I've gotten a lot better since I've had it. Like I pay a lot more attention to things and making sure things are taken care of and paid off when they're supposed to be. and
Yeah,
all
that's
of
a
that
grown-up
stuff.
thing, right? Caring about
Yeah.
something like that.
So, very much so. Because when I was a kid, I knew what credit was, but did I care? Not at all.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what is your? We figured out what your focus is now because you want to focus on producing beats and producing music. But who do you feel like you've made in a collaboration? Who do you feel like you've made your best music with?
There's a few because, of course, the stuff that I've made with Blueprint has been, great. But also, me and Blockhead have made some really good music. Some of my favorite songs are some of the stuff that I've made with Blockhead.
Where's the exit? Cause stop, drop, and roll won't expel the flames. The surface of the puzzle looks put together, but underneath it's incomplete. When catching shooting stars, there's dangers to conceive. One wrong move and you won't live to present the prestige.
And I would love to work with him again at some point. But I think the stuff that me and Nosedom made just with our little EP is some of the most experimental music that I've made. I think throughout my career, and like I want to push more in that direction.
Many a days that I've cried, many a hopes that I've laid to rest, although many a times that I've tried, many a moves that I don't regret. I guess everything that I see, everything that I touch, the wind belongs to me. Being in the mass that takes trust, I'm gonna shine despite rust, agree to disagree.
With the Right to Ship EP that we did, like I want to kind of push more into music making like that and songwriting like that, to where everything isn't necessarily just rapping all the time.
How old is that?
2 years old.
Oh, okay.
2020, I believe.
Because just recently, you know how you can enhance a playlist on your Spotify? That your music with him has come up on my running playlist. And I'm like, who is this? And then I look, I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah, I think we made some good stuff.
Yeah.
In this new phase of like wanting to produce music and or the music for like beats for rappers, like would you want to do that? Would you want to produce beats for rappers or just mostly just music?
Just for not just rappers, for any type of musician. But also just I'm working on an instrumental album right now. I have a project with Lucid Optic. Well, he used to go by Lucid Optics. We did a Lucid Logic album together. He goes by Just Joey now. But the original Lucid Logic album, he did all the production and I was the featured MC. And on this record, I'm doing all the production and he's the featured
that's
MC
cool.
and singer. So
Yeah.
we're
That's
kind
really
of
cool.
flipping it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're in the process of finishing that record, and there's some other records that I'm kind of in the process of working on. So, I'm looking forward to getting in that vein of working with other artists, but also, just kind of taking the concepts that I've learned and making songs with my vocals and putting those concepts together without vocals and seeing if I can make a song feel like a song without any words.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting.
I wish a lot of rappers would release both versions. One with all of the lyrics.
You mean
and one
the
with
instrumentals?
just the just the music.
I was going to say everyone does, but I guess not. I know Aesop always does like he always will release like a cappella and then even just an instrumental. But don't most people do, or do you see?
Well, I think most people don't make them readily available. I think that's the difference. If you look on Spotify or Apple Music or something, you won't find a lot of instrumental versions of albums out there. There's not a lot of those. But a lot of artists do it. Like me, like for the transition, you get the instrumentals when you buy,
cool.
the album from me, but it's not on Spotify or any of the playlists. I'm also selling the stems to the entire album too.
Oh,
so
nice.
What is that?
So that's since I did the production, that's all of the music broken down into its parts.
Okay.
So you can use the drums, you can use the bass line, you can use the sample that.
And you just buy that off your website?
Yeah, you can get that off of my website.
Very cool.
When you when you're talking about making music with Blockhead, if it comes down to that again, what's usually your process of? I mean, I picture that you guys are friendly or something. Is that something you just reach out and say, "Yo, hey, let's do you want to collaborate on something?"
Yeah, we've originally when it happened back in, I think we started working on that in like 2009 or something. I just kind of sent him a text message and said, "Hey, you want to work on a record together?" And he said, "Sure." And he sent me beats. Like I had beats the next week. And so I think, now with him being so busy and me also being so busy, it would be a little more of a challenge for us to work on something concrete. But we've talked about, doing some more things together. And, someday I think we'll be able to knock some things out.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be cool. I always like it. Well, I'm not even going to explain what I like because I like it. Who's getting the most plays in your music right now? Who are you playing most?
Sun Ra, actually. A lot of jazz. I listen to a lot of jazz lately, just because I'm getting a lot deeper into getting ready to start producing and listening to more instrumental stuff. Yeah. And getting more into that mindset and hearing how
the musicianship
jazz players, the musicianship of things, and how songs are songs without words to them, because I'm not used to necessarily listening to them either. Like I was a big jazz head when I was younger and listened to a lot of jazz because I played saxophone and things of that nature. But now, I'm really concentrating more on just listening to a lot of music that doesn't have words, no matter the genre. And
it's interesting you say that, because listening to music is a practice. I mean, that's something you have to practice to do as well, I think, because sometimes you just listen to music and you're not paying attention to certain things. You're just listening, but you do have to train your ear to hear certain things and why certain things work, right? Is that what you're talking about, kind of? Yeah.
Because now that I am a producer, I hear music differently, and I understand it a little more and understand the nuances of it and the layering of it and all of that, like how different instruments work together and how they don't, and how sometimes them not working together works, certain, things like that. So I'm really starting to notice those types of things a lot more now that I listen to, when I listen to any types of music, even in hip hop, noticing how things are chopped, how samples are chopped, and, finding those samples from original classics that I used to love and seeing how they manipulated those to make some of my favorite, hip hop songs. Like those kind of things are cool.
Yeah. Whereas before they just you miss it. It plays. It works so well in certain things, but you just miss it. But then when you go back and you can actually pick out like, oh, that's from that and that's from that. That breaking down a song, I guess. Yeah.
Do you do that in headphones while you're multitasking, or do you sit and listen?
Yeah, it's a combination.
Okay.
I think now that it, and not saying I don't enjoy music anymore, but I think
it's hard.
I think that's the difference, because when you're not making it, the actual, music of it, you don't necessarily listen to it with that ear. You're just listening to it for enjoyment. And now that I understand how those things are made, I can listen to it and dissect it a little more. And, I'm kind of always working in a sense. And with new music, it's a lot harder than it is with old music that I know already. If I'm listening to, Reaching by Diggable Planets, I'm singing along with it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm also noticing the nuances of the beats now and understanding the production. But I'm enjoying, and it makes me enjoy it a lot more.
Right.
In that sense.
And wouldn't that be great if you could just remove their lyrics for a minute,
Right,
and just
right,
listen to all the sounds? I love that.
Yeah.
I love all those. There's just so much underneath everything.
Oh, and on that Reaching album for sure too.
That was
That was like a piece of, that was like one of those. That was like a perfect album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think both of their albums are perfect albums.
I agree.
And it's just kind of sad that they had to. I just watched their Unsung actually, and really got to see their story and understand kind of why things kind of fell out.
They have a documentary?
Yeah, it's called, it's on I think it's on Freevee, which is
we looked at that the other day.
I think it's on there. They have like Unsung, which is like a documentary series of past artists that
wasn't
kind of disappeared.
Wasn't Cherry Wine wasn't that the guy from Diggable Planets? Cherry Wine? Or am I thinking of something else?
No, it was Cherry. I think so. That might have been.
It's a white album with red little cherry. Yeah, it's a really cool album too.
Yeah, I think it might have been. I think that might have been before he did the Shabazz Palaces stuff.
Yeah, that's a really cool album. Just when you just brought that up, I forgot that I really liked that album, and I don't even know where I have that anymore.
Yeah, I think Cherry Wine was the name of a band that
was the name of the group, right?
Yeah, it was the name of the group, and I think he was the lead. There's a really great
song on that album. There's a piano. There's this whole piano riff.
Cherry Wine is Ishmael from he was Butterfly.
Yeah, Butterfly. Yep.
Yeah, I took that loop. I love this piano riff. I can't remember the name of the song, but anyone that's listening out there, go listen to that album. It's a really cool kind of there's some really cool music on that. Let's see. Oh, in the hip hop or in the music industry, is there one person that's always been available to you, like someone that has always had your back, or like just like someone that's always been there?
Blueprint actually comes to mind.
Yeah,
like I mean, we've kind of started in this together, came up through it together, and are still the closest friends. I mean, we're basically family at this point.
Yeah, that's great.
So he's my guy, man.
Yeah. That's awesome. What are who has a harder during the holidays, kids or parents?
Who has it harder?
Yeah,
how do kids
parents,
have it hard?
of course.
Oh, I know.
I don't think how do kids have it hard?
No, we don't have to go to school.
Right, they're out of school. They're getting gifts.
Present, or we got our present.
Okay.
Yeah, we got presents and we don't have school for 2 weeks. Oh, our life is so horrible.
I guess maybe I was thinking emotionally but I guess that's. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, their emotion for the most part is happy because they're getting shit. They get to eat whatever they want. They get to wake up whenever they want.
The only thing I think is like at this moment where they're looking down the barrel of the gun of going back to school.
Yeah,
right.
It's no but then we had to look back, going back to work. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Which movie would you make a better character in? Kill Bill or Bill and Ted's?
Kill Bill.
What would you be? What would your character be?
I don't know.
Would you be one of the bad guys?
It would be somebody a little more serious with like a sarcastic edge to them. So I think I would fit more in a Kill Bill situation than a Bill and Ted situation because I'm not I'm not. I can't be a complete goofball.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I'm a funny guy and I like to joke around, but Bill and Ted is just stupidity at its finest. You know.
So here's another.
Bill or Ted's or Wayne's World.
Oh.
Wayne's World.
Yeah, I mean, I love Wayne's World. Actually.
Wayne's World, easily. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a Dana Carvey fan, so.
Yeah, he's brilliant, right? Yeah. He's still got it all the way.
Yeah.
Like anytime he's on he's got a podcast with David Spade. They got a podcast together.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're funny. Yeah, they're Dana's just like, I don't know, that guy's like a machine. He's a machine for comedy. So another one of our staples. It's become a bizarre one, but like it's stuck. So, but it's called a question from Dibbs.
Give it up, Mr. Dibbs on the turntable.
Listen to more of this.
Well, hello, DOD45 people, and my longtime friend, Illogic. Little known fact, Jawar originally spelled his name backwards, and he went by Raw AJ. And he was part of the Tip Top Tingly Twosome with DJ Hardy Tom back in Columbus. That was his start before he was battling. Raw AJ, just remember it. Raw AJ. Anyway, question time for you, sir. I had to wing this one, so here's what we're going with. You got 3 types of drugs and 3 people you can do them with. You get to pick 1 drug and 1 person.
Okay.
You can smoke the devil's lettuce with a guy named Lupus. You know that dude. You can do shrooms with dose 1 in a stinky apartment. Or you can do bath salts with me.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
So pick one, pick the other one, put them together, and tell me why you want to do bath salts with me, because that's what you want to do.
Oh my God, Dibbs.
Okay.
Dibbs.
Well, there's your question. I don't want to do any of them. Actually, I know which one I want.
So I have to pick a drug and pick a person,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
I think it was mushrooms with dose 1.
Yep.
Lettuce with
Smoking weed
the
with
devil's lettuce
lupus.
with lupus.
lupus.
And then bath salts with Dibbs. That one you're dying.
I'd probably do the shrooms with those.
That was the one I was gonna pick.
Because actually, like I've had that experience before, so I already know what.
Yeah, did you? I was Brad and I were, or Dibbs and I were talking about that. I couldn't remember. Were you roommates with Yoni or with Dose or something?
No. Dose and Yoni were roommates, but they lived literally like right around the corner from me.
That was when you were in college, right?
When I was in college, yeah. When I lived in my dorm, like I was at their house all the time because they literally lived like a 5-minute walk from my dorm.
Okay. So,
yeah.
I was like, for some reason I remember something that it was when you were in college, but
Did you go to
that
college
makes
in
sense.
California?
No, it was
Aren't they in California?
No, in Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
Dose is actually he's from Philadelphia, lived in Cincinnati, went to college there, and then moved out to California.
Wow.
Well, now I think he resides in New Mexico.
Oh,
Is he in New Mexico
I
now?
think so. I don't know. Every time I talk to him, I think he's somewhere else. He's either in Vegas or
he's a mover. He's a mover.
Yeah. Well, good. So we went with the shrooms with Dose.
Yeah.
That one sounds like the safest one.
That's the safest one, and I think it's probably, in a weird way, the most fun.
Yeah. Creatively too. Probably.
Creatively, yes. Like I think bath salts with Dibbs, like I might
Someone's
not make
gonna
it
die.
through that
No,
night.
you're not.
Yeah, like I might not. Someone may not make it through the night.
It'll be you.
For sure. Yeah. You'll
And
be
it
the
probably
one.
would be me.
Yep.
Yeah, it probably would be.
Yeah.
Dibbs can survive everything.
Yeah,
I
he's
think.
already died twice. He ain't going further.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a car crash?
Ooh.
Yes. Not serious ones. I've been in a couple actually, but nothing serious. My son was in a pretty bad crash in a car that flipped over like a couple times.
You're one who's, didn't you say he was like 19, 20, 21?
Yeah, my oldest,
Okay.
he's 21 now actually, and gave me my first grandchild. Actually.
Oh yeah, that's right. You
congrats.
are. Yeah. What?
Yeah,
well,
so-
speaking of grandchildren, what I had this thought. Because people do have it differently, say it differently. But what do you guys in your family? What do you call your grandparents? Like your grandma and grandpa?
Grandma and grandpa.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know, you know, some people do like the pop and the the
like
opas.
your
and
aunt is Yaya.
Oh yeah,
For
my
her-
friends.
hers.
Yeah, they call her Yaya. That's their aunt.
Yes. See, my sons call my father Pops.
Pops.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
pops.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
What do you get? What do they? Are they referring to you to grandpa now? How old? It's pretty new, right?
Yeah, it's he'll be a year in February.
So are you being referred to as grandpa now?
Or pops.
Or
Yeah.
pops? Yeah.
Grandpa?
Yeah.
Grandpa?
Yeah. Does that? How are your feelings on it? Does it feel weird or anything? Just like
Nah,
whatever.
it's fine. I still feel normal.
It's endearing though. Does it feel a little more endearing when they call you grandpa though?
Well, I haven't had one of the kids call me grandpa yet, you know, so I'm sure that'll be an interesting experience. But, you know, as of now, just being one and having my grandson over and, you know, taking care of him and being able to send him home.
Yeah, that's
that's the coolest part. Like I love him, but, you know, it's like, hey, I don't have to do this all the time anymore.
Yeah, and you don't have to deal with all of the worry of it either. You're like, yeah, someone else is taking care of that. Now it's just the bone. Yeah, that's the bonus, right? Apparently, that's what they say. Let me hit you with the trivia question. The timer just went off, so I don't want to hold everybody up so long. So let me hit you with the trivia question. You get a decade. You get to pick the decade anywhere between the 1950s or the 2000s. In any decade, and that's where the question comes from.
70s.
Oh, cool. We haven't done the 70s one yet, I don't think. All right. How are you with trivia? You do a trivia on your beats and B-sides.
I did one.
Oh, okay.
I did an Illogic trivia where people had to answer questions about me. But I'm okay. It depends. Like I know a lot of useless information, but sometimes not useless in the way of trivia. Just sometimes just dumb facts.
How are you at so I know a lot of the things, but my recalling the information takes me a long time. It takes me a bit to get to it. How are you at like the getting it?
If I know it, it doesn't
it
take
comes
me
up
long.
real quick. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's one for you. Who sang "The Way We Were," which became the most successful recording in 1974?
I hear it.
I know who this person is. I mean, I definitely know, but I don't think I would have known the answer. You want
How
a
does
hint?
it go? Can you hum it?
You want a hint? I'll give you a hint. You want a hint?
Sure.
It's a female, and
because I think I know who it is, but
she lives in a very huge.
Is it Cher?
No, she lives in a very big place in. I believe it's in Palm Springs.
The Jewish lady?
Yes.
Barbara Streisand?
Yes.
Oh, is it?
I took
it's
that
Barbara
for you.
Streisand.
Yeah,
it's Barbara Streisand.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, the other question I was going to give you but this one was too easy, especially since it came up.
That was a '70s song.
Yeah, 1974. Who directed the controversial 1971 film A Clockwork Orange? See, that would have been too easy.
Who did direct? Is that Stanley?
Yeah,
Stanley Kubrick.
Yep, Stanley Kubrick. Yep.
Yeah, Kubrick.
All his movies, his whole lineup of movies are worth going and watching. And I even liked, and most people hated it.
Don't they just rape people in that movie? That whole movie?
It's pretty like visual. It's pretty awful, but it's a really good movie.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but it's great.
Yeah, that's the same with like that. Yeah, there's a lot of movies like that are just bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies that are like bad, but they're good movies. That's so bad. That's so horrible. That's so horrible. But yeah, that movie was banned in a lot of like countries because of.
Yeah, I mean I think it initially was supposed to get a rated X, and then like you took one scene out or something, but.
I wonder what that scene was compared to all the stuff they kept in. Jeez.
Yeah.
Goodness.
If it was your last day on Earth, how would you spend it?
With my family.
Yeah.
You know, with my family, with all of my family, as many as I could get together.
Yeah, that's the way.
Just have some fun, play some games.
Yeah. Did you see that? What was that movie with the asteroid? Was that Where the Sky is Falling? Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up.
Yeah, Don't Look Up. Yeah,
that was cool. Yeah, that was cool. At the end of that, they all just sat at the table and
had their
meal. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. And then, are you a vinyl collector? You are, right?
Yes.
Is there a vinyl out there that you don't have that you wish you could get your hands on?
Oh, there's a few. There's a few. I would love a mint condition Bitches Brew by Miles Davis.
Where do you, if with something like that, is it an issue of like what people want financially for it?
Yeah, I mean, something like that. Like, I could find a version of it that's probably not that expensive, but it'll be like a repressing of a repressing of a repressing.
Okay.
You know, I would love to have an original copy, which probably will cost thousands of dollars.
Yeah. So you got to hit the lottery before you can. Start doing that.
Like thousands of dollars.
So the ones that you wish, like the ones that you wish you had, the reason you don't have them is mostly a monetary issue,
right? Mostly financially.
Yeah.
You know, there's. I mean, I don't have a problem with reissues for the most part. But you know, if I could, you know, pick, I would love to have all original versions of the record so you can hear exactly how it's supposed to. It was meant to sound initially, and it's not remastered and all this extra stuff with all these computers and stuff. But you hear it from the real analog equipment.
Yeah.
That they used, you know, when it was created.
All right, let me hit you with just a real quick ones, and then we'll finish up with the promotions.
All right.
Who do you have a famous celebrity's phone number in your phone?
No.
Okay. I always want to ask people that question, but I don't think I even have one.
No, not a celebrity in the way that society thinks celebrity.
Yeah, that's kind of usually what I go. Yeah, because I have people's numbers in my phone that I'd be like that I'm pretty proud of, but they wouldn't be on like a
national fan.
Yeah, like a celebrity.
Well, I have Scarlett Johansson's number just.
Yeah, but that's because you stalk her.
You really?
No, she doesn't.
She's my one friend.
Let me get you. These are two kind of bizarre Sophie's Choice questions, but I want to get them in. If there was to be a remake of the movie Twins and it was starring you, which of these two actors would you prefer to be the twin? Danny Trejo or Danny DeVito?
Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
I want to stick with the original.
Yeah, that'd be fun. You know, there's a Twins 3 coming out.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
who's
and
gonna be?
So what it's gonna
is Kevin Hart in it?
No, I know. You know what? So the initial script that when it came out, it was Arnold and Danny, and then it was gonna be Eddie Murphy, which would have been awesome. But Eddie dropped out, so now it's Arnold, Danny, and Tracy Morgan. So still be fun, but the Eddie Murphy would have been great. Like that would have been
Morgan's
brilliant.
fun, though.
He is, but just because of the age,
good.
because of
Right.
Eddie Murphy
old.
at the time that Arnold and Danny DeVito, that era was when things were pretty fantastic. So and then do you have weird dreams?
Yes.
Okay, so which of these is more of the kind of dream you would have? Randomly appearing in an episode of Mork and Mindy or feeding pigeons with Mindy Kaling? Yeah.
Probably feeding pigeons.
Yeah.
With Mindy. Yeah. I have weird dreams where like I'm just like in weird situations that I have no idea how I got there, that I would never actually do.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, I'm just there and somebody will start chasing me or something like weird shit.
Do you do dream analyzing at all, or do you just?
I don't.
Chalk them up as like that was weird.
Yeah, sometimes I had a dream that before my son told me that his girlfriend was pregnant, I had a dream that she was pregnant, and I asked him. Yeah, and he didn't tell me for a few months, but I had the dream like very soon after it actually happened.
Do you take those as being clairvoyant, or do you just think they're coincidental?
No, I take them as being clairvoyant in some way. My grandmother used to have those types of dreams. My mom, when especially dealing with pregnancies in the family, or if someone was having an issue, my grandmother would have dreams about people in our families if they were just having problems.
Right.
She would, so.
That stuff's
that could be an intuition as well, like paying attention, subconsciously paying attention to little details.
Yeah, I like that kind of
your
stuff.
Family.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you believe in ghosts or had any encounters of ghosts or anything.
Haven't had any encounters, but I do believe. In
because
I believe in supernatural things.
I believe in supernatural, but for some reason I just don't do the. I don't know why. I don't do the ghost thing, but I totally believe in other supernatural things for sure. I don't know. I can't explain why I don't. I don't know. It's weird. But I have seen ghost like what do you call them? I have seen that.
Apparitions.
Yeah, I've seen it happen, and I still am like, oh no, it's not. I don't know why. I can't. I've never been able to make sense of it. All right, so we wrap every episode with a final philosophical. Obviously, I always pointed out I didn't finish the drawing, but I will give it. I will do highlights on it. I'll get it looking real sweet for you.
Yeah, let's go.
But yeah, it's the cover. One of the covers that they used for Memento, and he's holding up the. Yeah, and then I did your transition. But I do the button eyes just to, I don't know why. It's a little more interesting than just regular eyes, I guess. Mm-hmm. But I will get it looking real good for you. As an appreciation to you for being on our show again. So here's your final philosophical question. Is every idea worth engaging? No matter what the idea.
No, because, all ideas aren't necessarily good, if I just want to have the idea, like every time I see a person wearing a green hat, I'm gonna punch them in the face. Like that shouldn't be something I should explore. For one, I could get arrested for assault or get my ass whooped. There's so I don't think every idea should be explored, because all of them wouldn't edify the world around us. I think as long as it's something that is positive, it should be explored.
Yeah. Yeah. Great answer. Yeah, that is a great answer. Well, so it was a pleasure being with you. Let's wrap up with some promotion. So we got, are you still doing the beats and B-sides?
I'm going to start back doing those here in the beginning of the new year. So I'll be doing them on Monday evenings, 8 p.m. on my YouTube page only.
So could you let the audience know what the beats and B-sides are?
Beats and B-sides. I do. Sorry. Beats and B-sides every week. I tackle some sort of topic where I, do a live stream and talk about some sort of topic, whether it's, dissecting an album, or I've also played people's music and, did a kind of hit or miss episodes. But I also do a segment called The 5 Spot, where I do interviews with people where I ask them 5 questions, and they also play an unreleased song for me on the show. So I'm going to get back into that as well. So there'll be a lot coming up, in this year. I have a nice list of people that I'm going to be interviewing for the 5 Spot, and some really cool ideas for show ideas for beats and B-sides. I am going to do an album breakdown of the transition, break down each song, lyrics and everything. So yeah, it's going to be a lot. So if you don't follow me, subscribe to Illogic 614 on YouTube and get those notifications.
That's the best place for for people to know what is coming up, whatever's happening.
Yeah, because that's where it'll be. But Illogic 614 on all social media platforms. You can follow me and see these beat challenges I'm going to be doing, and just to get some info.
Yeah.
And then the transition on Bandcamp.
The transition is on Bandcamp. You can purchase it. For this record, I have actual journals that I hand signed and numbered. There are only 50 of them. There are probably about 20 left. They're hand signed and numbered. You also get a personalized message from me written inside, and also an ink pen that is a USB drive that has the album on it, instrumentals, remixes, and 3 albums of your choice from my discography. So it's kind of,
that's cool.
A nice little package you can get. We got posters, t-shirts, and also, like I said before, I'm selling the stems to the album as well. You can get those too.
And that's all at the Bandcamp.
Yep, that's all at the Bandcamp. If you just want to hear the transition, it is on all your streaming platforms.
Yeah, if you hear them and you like them, go throw the money at the artist that made them.
Please do. Yeah. Please do. We appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, Illogic, man. It was really awesome having you return. Thanks for joining us. And I really enjoy the transition. And I can really feel a difference in it's you, but I can feel there's something a little different there. I don't know. I'm not great at those. I'm not a music critic, but I felt something on it. So I really like it. So
thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, thanks for joining us. Have a great rest of your evening. And
thanks for having us. Happy New Year.
Yeah,
You
Happy
too.
New Year.
Good
Have
to
a
see
great
you again.
2023.
All right.
All
have
right.
a good night.
Okay. Have a good night.
Bye.
Peace.
I've been a drama-free mahogany handle to a paintbrush for a while now. Fighting the feeling of dying to read your handwriting. Open letter pen. I've been learning between kombucha sips and hookah rips while noticing that.
Oh, that was that was perfect.
Yeah.
I felt good, even though my brain went blank at the beginning. I was gonna say the other thing. So he's got the beats and B-sides, and then he also does a podcast with Blueprint, and that's called Super Duty Tough Work. And they have some really thoughtful conversations on there. So, yeah, check that out. And then that's it for now. We are going to see... we're going to a comedy show right now. So we're going to see Rob Schneider. We'll see how that goes. He's funny, though. I just don't know what his comedy is. And
Listen, what do you get the man who gets himself everything for Christmas?
Oh, yeah. Oh, did that sound like I was
Comedy
complaining?
tickets. I don't know.
Not at all. I love, me, I love comedy shows. I was just saying
Sorry.
that's why we're kind of like
We're
wrapping
gonna
up
be
real
outta
quick
here.
and leaving. Yeah, because I just got a text from our friends and they are there. So,
Okay, well, Happy New Year,
Happy New Year, everybody. And if you're going out,
It's already passed.
it's already passed.
So,
Cool.
DOD45W at Instagram.
At DOD45W on Instagram, and then at art, or the website is artbytai.com. We're going to be a bunch of new work coming from me, artwork coming out of me in 2023. And then the first show you're going to catch me at is in Miami for the Coconut Grove Art Festival. I will
February 19th.
February 19th, we will be in Miami. So, and then you can find the schedule on the artbytai.com site. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Thanks again to Illogic, and hope you have a great 2023. We got a big lineup. Peace.
Gotta pee.
DOD45.
Thank you for joining in on yet another episode of DOD45. Please hit the subscribe or follow button so that you never miss an episode. You can even go one step further by leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts to help other interesting people like yourself find our podcast. You can find me at Art by Tai on all the socials or at artbytai.com. If you'd like to follow this podcast on social media, we are at DOD45W on Instagram, or you can go over to our website, DOD45.com, where you can shoot us an email, join our mailing list, and watch all of our past episodes. Thanks for joining us. Peace.